I can't tell you how good it felt to be back in the embrace.
Oh, that was a strong embrace.
And I needed it. The one and only. Erik Griffin.
You needed it?
I needed it, Eric.
Oh,
You know what? After that song, you came in too hard. That's got to be like, welcome back to Rock 105.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Radiohead.
I was so hyped up from our hug.
I know. It was a nice hug. I haven't seen you guys in so long. You know what I mean?
Is it when we started Free Comedy Friday, Eric was on the reg, man. You were the first comedian to be in the Five Timers Club.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then he just disappears.
How come there's no pictures on the wall?
There was no
there's
plaque.
there's no plaque. There's no ceremony.
Like a New York deli.
Yeah,
It's just your picture and a
do
signature
that.
on it.
Yeah, but an old school, like my first headshot. You know?
Yes, exactly.
I love those. I feel. I got to get in more restaurants. You know what I mean?
I figured this out. But then, I mean, it's been, I don't know, like too long.
know.
What's going on, Eric? Did you go into hiding?
It's just that they don't always promote. They don't need to promote sometimes.
Yeah,
I think I was doing a New Year's one time, or you guys had something going on where you didn't have. You know, it's not just my fault.
You're right.
People,
You're
okay?
right. I'm placing the blame on the wrong person.
Yeah, you
here.
guys are busy sometimes. You know,
Damn
you just a bougie radio station.
It's so true.
Yeah,
We've been accused of that many times. But how you been, Eric?
I'm good. Life's good. You know, I'm doing my podcast now, riffing with Griffin. So I've been doing that because you got to have like an Instagram, a Snapchat, a Twitter, and you have to have a podcast if you're a comic right now.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of fun. You know, you're reaching your fans, and then they like a certain your personality is coming out. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, I want to go see that guy do comedy. It's such a weird thing. You know what I mean?
It's funny, man, because we've been doing this show for a gabillion years.
Yeah.
And we started doing an after show.
You had hair when you started this show.
That was a long time ago. And so we started an after show, which is like uncensored and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't tell you how many people come up to us and say, oh, we love your podcast. Well, what about our regular show?
Yeah. Well, but this is a podcast. This is an original podcast.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean? It's just a podcast is just that's just a weird term for like a internet radio show. That's what
so true.
When in the beginning that's what they called it. Internet radio, remember?
Yeah.
And then now they say, well, you're a pod, and you're like, it's just some fancy name. I hope somebody coined it and they're making money off that.
that'd
You
be
know,
cool.
every time you say podcast, somebody gets 3 cents someplace.
Now, do you bring on guests and things like that on your podcast?
Oh yeah, I've had some great guests. I've had Dane Cook. I've had Angela Johnson. I've had a lot of the dudes from Workaholics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I've had some good. I had Jason Whitlock from Fox FS1.
No way.
Yeah. I had him on, so that was great. So I have a lot of, and then I do solo episodes. So it's just fun little moment in time. So if you guys want to check that out, just go to Riffin with Griffin, Erik Griffin Comedy on YouTube, or go to my website ericgriffin.com. You know, I don't want to be the plug master right now, but you know what I mean?
Good. Well, I should tell everybody that you are performing at the La Jolla Comedy Store.
That's true. Yeah, La Jolla Comedy Store tonight, tomorrow, Sunday,
And Sunday.
Yeah, so come on out for that. All right, we got that out of the way.
Now
Let's just talk about stuff now.
I do know that you are a sports fan.
Yes, I'm a huge sports fan. I was because I was in Vegas for a week. I was at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And I listen, I hate betting on the game.
Okay.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Because now you can't watch the game normal.
It's very true.
Especially if there's like point spread, you're just like, okay, you're like,
just do this, just do this.
and you're
Keep
rooting
the
for
field goal here.
Right. You're rooting for the wrong team.
First down.
Especially if you get the over or under.
Yeah.
The Giants.
Here it is. He's a Giants fan.
16 and a half to the Patriots.
Right here.
16 and a half, and I put a hundo on the Giants to cover.
And what happened?
These bastards.
Well, you know what's crazy? They tricked you.
Right.
They
They played great for 3 quarters.
They sure did.
They were only down 7 going into the 4th, and then they lost by 18.
I was like, oh, they're going to do it. You know what, though? Let me tell you something. That pass interference.
Oh, yeah, that was BS on Golden Tate.
Because they could have came down and got a touchdown
that
and they would have been
made it
down by
closer.
14.
Yep.
Oh, man. Don't get me started.
Don't get us- See, I can't bet. I'm a crazy fan. I'm a psychotic. I have a Giants tattoo on my arm. I'm crazy.
Right.
So I watch the games like a psycho. So if I started betting on games, forget about it. I would die. I would freak out because I'm cheap, too.
One time I put let me tell you, when you do a 3-game parlay, that's even worse. So I remember one time I bet on like 3 NBA teams.
Yeah.
I was a wreck all day. just all day a wreck, because you're just, because you look at, like I said, you're looking for points and rebounds, and you're just like, come on, you can do this.
Yeah, it's great.
But I do like going to Vegas for the Super Bowl every year, because that's fun. I go every year for the Super Bowl, because it's just one game. You can bet on nonsense, who's going to get the first touchdown, the coin toss. So that kind of stuff is fun.
Do you watch it in the sportsbook? Or
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, sportsbook is fun. Yeah.
What sportsbook? Is there a particular one that...
They're all great. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I
never even thought for the Super Bowl.
It's the busiest time. It's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Cool. So it's so fun. Like March Madness, those kinds of things. It's fun to go to Vegas, and you can get your little bets in.
Well, the best part about it, too, with the Raiders having their new stadium there, I'm like, it's going to be amazing. You go see your home team or whoever you love play the Raiders. You get to gamble all weekend. It's going to be the greatest thing ever.
It's going to be a nightmare.
No,
nightmare.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's going to be a nightmare.
How come?
One, they don't have parking, so people have to be
bussed
in or
whatever.
Uber.
Okay.
And the hotels are going to be jam packed. Everything's going to be priced up.
That's a good point.
People are going to be like tailgating in their hotel.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Hammered on coke before the game.
Yeah. It's just going to be it's going to. Raider fans are you think Giants fans are crazy?
Oh yeah.
Raider fans.
I'm going to tailgate in like random people's front yard. In the driveway or something like that. Residential area.
Suburban Vegas.
Just go party. Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, from San Diego? Yeah. I've been to the Chargers. I've been to a Chargers game.
In L.A.?
Yeah, I liked it. That little stadium.
Yeah.
It's actually fun. It's a nice little experience,
Way to rub it in, thanks.
Yeah.
We don't
So if you guys had, supported,
Don't do
Oh my God, Eric!
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Right.
This has been 105.
Wrapping this up.
Hit the Radiohead song. Get me out of here. It's a bummer,
It hurts.
man. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Is it a bomb? Well, you guys will be okay. You guys will survive.
You're not very
Listen, we still have
supportive, Eric.
we still have the
I
Padres.
appreciate this. I don't know. Build us a stadium.
Yeah, you should have built a stadium, right?
We know.
All this San Diego money down here.
Oh,
you know what I
please.
mean?
Some of us voted for it.
Oh God. Ugh.
Yeah, we had to vote for it.
There's the problem right there.
It is. We need a billionaire to come in and just be like, all right, here's your new stadium.
She voted for the stadium and Hillary. Look what happened.
That's exactly right.
That is accurate.
Guys, stop voting.
I'm sorry.
Whoever you vote for loses.
Voting doesn't work.
Damn it. I wish someone
Message
told
brought
me.
to you by the Voting Council.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh
Go
my
see
gosh.
Eric. He's performing at the La Jolla Comedy Store this weekend, tonight, tomorrow night, and on Sunday. What else have you been up to these days?
Well, I did. I was in that Sandler movie,
Yeah.
Murder Mystery.
Murder Mystery.
So I got not another Sandler movie, but another Netflix movie coming out. It's called The Sleepover.
Oh.
So I don't know when that's coming out. I actually did a movie with Pauly Shore. That might come out.
Oh, what?
We know
I'm not
Pauly.
sure if I want it to come out or not.
Right. Yeah, we get what you mean.
Yes.
You're looking at the biggest Sandler fan on earth.
Oh,
I
really?
love Sandler.
She is
He's such a
obsessed.
nice dude.
Is he?
Oh, he was
I've
just,
heard that before.
Just a really nice dude. So like Kyle from Workaholics, he was the director of that movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he actually like he got me to part, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So he like put my name out there. Sandler, I guess, looked at my stuff and was like, all right, okay, book him, right?
Yeah.
But they waited too long because like Kyle hit me up like 3 months before they were going to do the movie, right?
Okay,
And it was a
yeah.
huge movie, like a huge,
Sure.
like big budget,
Yeah.
like blockbuster. So I was doing an indie. I had this little indie movie. So he calls me like, yo, bro, like, can you got to come do this movie? And I was like, man, I can't cancel on the indie. I just don't do that. I don't
Yeah.
care how big it is. I gave you my
You
word.
made
I
a
want to do
commitment.
it.
Yeah.
I made a commitment. You know what I mean? But he's like, Sandler's yelling at us, because he told him about me, and then he was like, okay, I want that guy.
Yeah.
And then now I wasn't available, and then Sandler, he told me that Sandler yelled. The producer came in and told me the same thing. He yelled at us, I want him.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
So they worked it out, so then I remember we filmed in Montreal, so I got to Montreal,
Okay.
and the night of, they had this big cast dinner, but it was like the main cast,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people in the movie, so Kyle wasn't sure if I was invited, so then he called me like, get over here, man, so when I walked in the room, it was like everybody went silent and looked at me, and then Sandler's like, Jimmy, that's the name of the character, and I was like, hey,
Hey, I guess I'm Jimmy.
I know.
I'll be Jimmy.
know what I mean? But you know, but what's great though is he knew because the guy from Beauty and the Beast is in there, and I was like, oh, dude, Beauty and the Beast guy, you know. But then Sandler's like, that's just like your bit because he had seen my stand up, and I was like, oh, this is great. And Jennifer Aniston, I saw Jennifer Aniston, and I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, I thought I was light skinned Chandler, you know what I mean? Come here, girl. I said, let's remake Friends right now.
Did she say we're doing a Friends reunion?
No, but she's a very sweet woman. You know, she was. She gives me a hug. You know,
I knew it.
Yeah, she was very nice.
You hugged Jennifer Aniston.
Oh yeah, baby.
Was it better than my hug?
I gave her a little sniff too.
Oh, what does she smell like?
Did she like it?
Jennifer?
Is it vanilla or is it flowers?
I was like, can we be friends? No.
What was the smell?
Oh, it was money.
That's even better than flowers.
It smelled like residual.
That's good. Opposite of what you smelled when you hugged me.
Yeah. It was broken dreams.
Yeah, thank you. Couldn't be more accurate. No doubt about it. Make sure you see Erik at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Get the hell out of here, Erik. We're performing tonight, tomorrow night, and on Sunday. So glad to see you again.
Thanks for having me, guys.